What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Married to Medicine Season 9, Episode 6. So, we're still in Vegas. We are still at the welcome happy hour situation, I guess. And we are still finding out way too much information about the ladies, okay? We found out who was having sex on the beach. We found out that Anila was the only person admitting to having anal sex. Now, personally, I ain't gonna sit here and say she the only person that was willing to admit it. Dr. Jackie let everybody know that she never smoked marijuana, but I don't think anybody was surprised at that information. I think we'd have been more surprised if she said she had smoked some marijuana, okay? The fact that she called it marijuana let you know that she ain't never smoked no marijuana, because the only people that call it marijuana are professionals and people who ain't never smoked it. I'm just saying. Anyway, so Jackie puts everybody out and they have to get ready for dinner that night. So they go to dinner and the restaurant looks real cute. I'm going to have to remember the name of that restaurant for when I go to Vegas in a couple of months, because it looked real cute. It had like this whole indoor-outdoor vibe thing going where you felt like you were indoors but you were really outdoors. And it looked like it was like Asian fusion style. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. But it looked cute and the food looked really good. So while they are at lunch, we see that Dr. Contessa decided that she is going to be an alter ego while she is in Vegas. She said, listen, I don't have to be nobody's doctor. I don't have to be nobody's mommy. I ain't got to be nobody's husband. So I'm going to put this good old cotton candy wig on, and I'm going to put on this sparkly silver outfit, and I'm going to live my best what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas life, okay? Now listen, I don't have no problem with the wig, Contessa. I don't have no problem with the cotton candy wig. What I got a problem with is that why you ain't get nobody to style it? This is the second time you wore a wig that I felt like all you did was take it out the package and put it on your head. That wig you wore down to the confrontation, the intervention with Dr. Heavenly that you bought from her store, it wasn't cute. Now, I felt like you did that on purpose because you was trying to throw shade at Dr. Heavenly, that you just put that wig on your head and you didn't style it. It was just sitting there. But you did the same thing with this cotton candy wig, and I felt like, I know you got glam down to the Vegas. I know you got glam, so what was going on with this wig? Maybe it's me. Put it in the comments. Did y'all like it? I didn't. Again. Now, Dr. Heavenly said that at some point she is going to apologize to Contessa, but she can't apologize to the alter ego, because she said that ain't really Contessa. That's her alter ego, and I can't apologize to her. I see that. I can see that. Then we had Audra confront Toya about the comment she made about her not being a good attorney. Now, I can understand that being an issue. Now, Toya talking about something, I'm just playing. But Toya, you gotta put yourself in her shoes. She new on the show. She a newbie. Nobody really know her. She young, and she literally, she's young in her career. She don't have time for you to be throwing out these random comments about her not being a good attorney, because it seemed like it came out of nowhere. Nobody understands where this came from, and why all of a sudden you saying this woman not a good attorney, because it didn't make sense. It wasn't in any kind of like order or nothing. But she confronted you, and Toya was like, girl, I said I was playing. I don't see what the big deal is. But everybody understood why Audra felt the way she felt. And bravo and kudos to you, Audra, for checking Toya ass and telling her, don't be playing with me in my career. She said, I'm too African for that. Now, I don't know what being African got to do with it, but girl, if you like it, I love it. Moving on. Dr. Jackie let them know that they are headed somewhere after they leave here. She pulls out this whole sex whip situation. Child, they ended up at the sex store. Now, let me say this to y'all. And this don't even have nothing to do with reality shows. This is reality shows and in my real life. If I don't never, ever in my life, go to another sex toy situation, I'm okay with it. I don't need to see it on any of these shows again. I don't need to see another sex toy. I don't care who buying, selling, making, manufacturing, creating. I don't need to know. And again, it's not because I'm a prude or anything like that, but at this point in my life, if I want a sex toy, I know where to find one. I know how to get one. I know what to do with one. I just feel like we've seen for some reason on every show, like hell on Married to Medicine, this is the third time they show clips from 2 other situations where they doing sex toys. I just think, give me something different. I don't know, but we had a whole scene with the sex toys, child. Then we had a whole scene with the husbands with their churn. I just feel like this was a filler episode because they kept showing us the same stuff over and over again, and them throwing in this whole moment with the husbands and the kids. I just felt like don't get me wrong, I can appreciate the fact that the husbands are spending time with their children, but ain't that what they supposed to do? I mean, Dr. Damon is showing Allure how to drive. Scott taking the children out to lunch. Eugene is letting the boys swim, and he taking footage of them swimming and diving. And they just doing stuff that people do with their husbands. Like, they children. I just thought it was cute. Whatever. So then we're going to brunch. It's the next day, and the ladies are meeting up for brunch. And again, it looked like it's a nice little brunch situation. And Dr. Simone is letting them know, listen, I got us a nice day planned. You know, yesterday was calm, but today is going to be extra because I'm in charge, and I got some stuff planned for y'all. At some point, child, listen, at some point during the brunch, things get a little heated. Dr. Heavenly and Contessa get into it. Now, Dr. Heavenly's thing is this. Listen, I'm sick of this, okay? I'm sick of y'all throwing jabs at me. I'm sick of y'all making it seem like I'm the only person that be talking about people. She said, I don't bring up my marriage because I don't want nobody to talk about my marriage, okay? But when you talk about your marriage, on the show, you open it up for people to have an opinion, and I had an opinion. Dr. Heavenly's defense is, I don't speak on anything that doesn't come up in this show. I have not betrayed any confidence that Dr. Contessa told me privately. I have only addressed what y'all see in front of y'all. The part that Dr. Heavenly isn't understanding is, it's one thing for us as viewers to critique and to talk about and to have an opinion. It's something totally different when it's somebody who is on the show, who's sitting next to you, who have gone through those things to have an opinion. Now, I think Dr. Heavenly has a couple of points that this went on, and Dr. Contessa ain't had nothing to say until the show started filming again. Like, I think there's some validity in that thought process. But the flip side is, okay, but I'm telling you now, and I need you to hear me, and I need you to respect what I'm saying. But it turned into a whole argument because Dr. Heavenly was like, listen, as far as I'm concerned, my marriage is perfect. Until I tell you different, my marriage is perfect. Now, if you hear her in her reviews, she'll say in her reviews, look, my marriage ain't perfect, okay? We have our ups and our downs, but I'm just never going to bring that to the camera. I'm never going to disrespect my husband and bring our personal problems to camera. And I just think that's where there's an elitist attitude there where she feels like, I don't bring anything to the camera, and if you bring it to the camera, then you must want us to talk about it. Not necessarily the case. But it erupted into a whole argument. They are yelling at each other. They holding Contessa back. They holding Dr. Heavenly back. They're calling each other all kinds of bitches and MFers. People are filming it that ain't even on the show. I'm surprised footage didn't leak because you see people with the cameras in the background. And it turned into a huge, huge argument. They end up having to pull Dr. Heavenly out of there and take her back to the room. They get everybody calmed down, and now it's time to leave for the next activity. Now, I'm sure that a lot of time has passed, like probably an hour, maybe even more, because it seemed like they calmed down in 3 seconds, and we know it didn't happen that fast. But what ended up happening was, it's time to go to the next activity, and Dr. Simone is like, listen, I don't want to leave anybody out, because Audra Anila went with Dr. Heavenly. And everybody else sort of stayed down with Contessa. So Contessa said, listen, I'm good with her coming. Like, I don't want people to feel left out. I'm good. I'm calmed down. She can come. So they get Dr. Heavenly to come. Everybody get in the damn hot pink Hummer. And they head down to Fremont Street, Old Vegas. And they go zip lining. Now, Toya has a little bit of fear of heights. So we saw her overcome her fear. And she said it wasn't even the fear of heights. It was the fear of not being in control. But she did the zip line, and they had a good time. It looked like everything was cool, with the zip lining, child. That was pretty much the episode. But let me ask this question. Why is Carrie there? When they were arguing, child, Carrie and Toya did not move. They ain't help break up the fight. They ain't separate the fight. Toya said, child, I just want my bacon and I'm good. And while they were trying to calm everybody down, you literally saw Carrie stand her happy ass up and walk away. And I'm going to be honest with you. I hadn't even seen Carrie in the rest of this scene. Like, the rest of this episode. Like, why is she there? I know she's a friend of the show and all of that. But she adds absolutely nothing to this show. Nothing. I mean, they brought her back last season. She ain't add nothing last season. She hasn't added anything. We're at episode 4 or 5 and she has added nothing. Why is she here? Harpo, who this woman? Carrie can go. And the fact that she don't even want to engage in nothing, like it seemed like I felt like in that moment she was like, I'm too good for this. I'm too good for this moment. And she literally picked up her bag and exited stage left. Ma'am, if the rest of them got to sit there and deal with that hoo ha ha and boo la 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 la, do you do too? You don't get to get up and just walk away. I don't know, y'all. Let me know what y'all think, but I ain't like it. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.